Why don't you watch the video so you can figure it out? I know what it is. Then why don't you do that? What? I said move. I don't know. Do you have a divider? I'm being serious. Move. Oh, Preston, can we use your billboard? Or not even? I guess, as long as you don't need it. No, why do you need it? Because I still have business next semester. So that's part of it.
It looks good. So what is the problem? Why won't it feed through the drive wheels? Very strange.
That Jirachi looks rough even if it did finish.
Yeah, something's wrong with it. Well, I can't get this to manually advance. I'm gonna probably have to take this whole thing apart and pull that drive wheel system off. Dang it.
This is
Yeah, I know. Believe me, I know. Alright, well. Knock it off.
Oh, it failed. That's sad. That looks ugly. Oh, that's a cute deal.
I guess I gotta take this whole assembly apart, which I am not excited about. I've never taken this apart before. I know how to do it though. At least there's that. Oi. Let's just take this filament off of here. Well, I need to leave it on there. Dang it.
Two people watching.
Let's get this junk out of here. Move that. What's up, guys? I have had a problem with this 3D printer. And now I have to try to fix it. Oh boy. Let's see if those will come off. What's going on down in there? Zip tied in, huh? That's cute. Something's wrong with that cable. My day is not going great so far. Dang it, dude. I am not super interested in taking this part apart. Let's see. Excuse me. Let's take the rear fan off. Oh, that's the heat head fan, got it. And this main communication cable, I guess I'll take off. Never taken that off before. Oh. But if I can take this computer board off, I should be able to see what the drive wheels look like. Holy cow, it's hot in here. Can you go turn the air conditioner on? I don't think Abby knows what she's doing. Switch it from hot to cool and put it at 69 degrees. There we go. The microchip or the board is coming off. I did not want to get this far into this repair today at all. Oh, dang it, I still can't see it? Well, then what do I do? Do I really have to take the back of this whole unit off to get that out? I don't want to. I don't want to. It's very difficult to understand why this I used to be able to push this all the way through. I don't understand what's happening right now. Wonder if I can get it from the bottom. It's like there's blockage all the way up there. There might be too. Oh. We might have a clog all the way up into the drive wheels. That would be pretty gross and sad. I think we might. Pretty uncool. Alright, well, the whole thing's coming apart. I'm going to have to fix this in stages today because I'm sick. Oh, let's put these screws back where they came from so we don't lose them. This whole thing's coming apart. I may have to order a part. I'd like not to. What a nightmare. Just pure drama with this thing. Starting 2 days ago, I used a different filament to print with, and everything started going to crud. So now we're doing this. We're just digging through this machine. I've never taken this much of it apart. But by golly, we are today. Okay, is that it? Yeah, that's gonna be it. This cover's cracked too. I'm gonna need to find this piece so I can 3D print it as well. All of these fan shrouds are ruined. I believe the clog pushed all the way up into the roller gears, so I have to get all the way up into there and check it out, period. But I might as well reprint both of these parts since they're cracked once I get it running again. Okay, let's see. What a stinker. Okay. I guess 4 screws again. Okay, we'll go all the way. Looks like this got stripped out by somebody else. That's super cool. This has obviously been serviced on some level before. I'm not sure what. Let's see. Come on out, Dingleberry. And the other screw on the other side doesn't even matter because this whole cover is shattered. Maybe I can super glue it back together while I have it apart. Maybe. Sure'd be cool if you did. Let's see. There we go. Holy baloney. More cords to disconnect to what? To this little fan. Gonna have to send this to a guy. Found the short in the communication cable, period. This makes so much sense, period. Two of them have the shielding scraped up and they're just rubbing against a screw, period. Looks like they got smashed in there and stripped the jacket off up against the edge of the screw threads last time this cover was off and reassembled, period. I knew it had to be something with this stinking electrical portion on the back end of the tool head. Okay, let's try to get this out of here. I'm messaging the guy I bought this from because he had supposedly rebuilt this printer, but it looks like he smashed up these cables in the process. And so that is where I've been having this electrical short that I've been trying to track down, and it wasn't the cable at all. Oh boy. Okay. I need to super glue this piece while it is off, if I can. Interesting. But these only are the wires that go to the drive motor, so that doesn't make a ton of sense, period. So maybe that's not it, period. I cannot believe how much of this I have to take apart to get this part out. This doesn't seem as necessary as... Oh boy. How much deeper must we go? I'm not sure what the next move to get this piece out is. Let's see. Let's look at the front of it again. Is it possible? Let's try this. It's a difficult piece to get to. I need a magnetic tray in here. One. Come on. There we go. Two. Hopefully this is only 3 screws. Heaven knows that's enough. Better lay them out in order. Let's see, that's that. That's that. Nope, that's that. That's that. Hey guys, if you're watching and enjoy watching dudes tinker on stuff, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe. That'd mean a lot. Oh, it's almost out. Yay! We got this piece out now. Oh, come on. Come on, baby girl. Yes! Oh, now what do we do with this thing? There it is. I knew there was a clog in there. I don't think I can get that on camera. Look at that clog up in that drive wheel, if you can see it. Yep, there it is. Let's see if these little nippies can get it out. I think I can pull this cover off. In fact, I'm just going to pull the cover off. Hopefully these little parts don't come flying out. This is a different size. Okay. Well, I have different sizes. Why don't we try maybe this one? Probably still too little. Yep. What about these all seem too big. Oh yeah. Let's check the Allen keys. That looks about right. Indeed it is. Oh wow, it's all loose and everything. Well, I guess it's good that I took this whole stinking thing apart, huh? So what's everybody doing this morning? I feel like the chat died right away. Here we go. Okay, let's take it easy. What a nightmare. Okay, this has a lot of tiny pieces in it, and I've been told that if they fall apart, you're hosed. So I don't want to be hosed. Here we go, come on. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let's come off nice and easy there. Okay. Yep, this whole thing's caught. There we go. I got it mobile again. Did it poop that little thing out? Nope. It's still in there. Yes. Yes. There's the clog, bro. This is what's been causing me problems. Well, one of the things that's causing me problems. If you can see that clog in there. I take a picture of that. Okay, let's keep going here. Do these just lift out? Nope, I gotta unscrew them. Okay, so that's not so bad. Let's see, the locking mechanism. Right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Stay together, stay together. There we go. I've got to assume that this little roly-poly goes right here, and I just didn't see it earlier. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, so all the teeth in this are gummed up with doo-doo, which means I need to take something very tiny and sharp and scrape it out every single little tooth. If I can get it to rotate. Oh yeah, there we go. Wow, what a mess. Destroyed. No wonder this was slipping. It was just chewing on it all night. I almost need like an X-Acto knife. What could I use that has such a precise little tip on it? This is even tinier, isn't it? Wow, what a nightmare. I don't think you guys are going to be able to see this on the camera, but all these little teeth are gummed up with chewed up pieces of plastic when it was trying to pull the filament down into the hot end. I imagine this comes off the motor shaft. Yes, it does, and it interacts with that gear. There we go. What a turd.
Did you see that I finished the chair?
No. Did you see that I've got this thing super taken apart?
Yeah.
Super mess too. I almost need like an X-Acto knife to clean these little teeth out. Oh, that's actually doing pretty good.
16.
Do you have any cans of those canned air?
Possibly in the office.
Can you go look? Meanwhile, I need to work on getting this clog out of here. I think I actually did this clog today when I was pushing filament in and out of it, trying to unclear the nozzle clog. Oh yeah, there it is. There's half the clog. This part here is like almost impossible. Oh, I got it, come on. Yes! Look at that. There ain't no way no material's passing through there. That's disgusting. Check that little booger out. Not good. Peanut.
What?
Look at this clog. Yeah, man. This needed serviced. The guy I bought it from did a great job, but this is the printer I learned on, and I'm sure any of these problems I caused were my own. and now it's just time for me to learn to service this portion of it. So it's not so bad. Just take it apart one piece at a time like anything else. Don't forget what goes where. Alright, you got it? Let's try not to lose any screws here. I don't even remember what those screws went to. That's a problem.
You can probably rewatch the
Oh, no, it holds the motor assembly together. Okay. Let's try to get some... Oh, these things... The lid never actually works on them. Oh, that's cleaning it out great. Thank goodness. I didn't want to pick every single little tooth with a razor blade. That was going to take like hours. Awesome. Here, you have it. You know people huff this stuff to get high? It's such a bad thing. Oh, it's taking it all out. Thank goodness for compressed air. I mean, these cans are kind of junk, but... Nice. Alright, where's that nozzle? Let's try to blow some air through that if we can. Nope. Okay. Well, I can see the tip of the nozzle. I believe I've rammed it out as cleanly as I can. Try to give it one more good scraping there. All the way up the guide tube. Yep, there's still some stuff in there. Oh, how is it? Huge?
Yeah.
I need it to be huge.
Well, actually, I don't know if it's huge enough for your body. Like sitting in it.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think it's huge at all. Never mind. Why did I say, well, yeah. Like, I fit as a normal person almost in it.
Okay, I'm gonna start trying to put this thing back together. That's awesome. Let's do it. We got this guy. Was this the one that was a different Allen key? Yeah, it was these. Those gears are engaging the motor. I've got that bearing on there I don't want to lose. People in the chat, what are you doing this morning? I bet you're not doing this. This type of baloney. Feels like that's not grabbing. Let's get the other one started. We've got a motor, a transition plate, the gears, the feed wheels, a roller bearing to keep the feed wheels aligned. Oh, it's a locker. So, quite the ridiculous repair this morning. And while we have this motor out, I guess I'm going to repair those wheels real quick, or the wires that I found in there, because that could be causing some shorting out to the board, because I've been having some shorting problems. And I think that might solve it. That may fix all sorts of stuff. I think what happened was when I bought... This screw is not grabbing, almost like this got stripped out at some point, which is not helpful to me. And I have to do the old shim trick. Oh yeah, it's completely rounded out. Great. Well, let's improvise. I have this little piece of plastic here. I'm going to just jam it up in there in the threads. That ought to create enough friction for this fastener. Anyway, the guy that I bought this from, he's a pro. He's got 50 printers. I have no doubt in his skills. But I think when he repaired this, Maybe he put it together and didn't realize he didn't have clearance on that side of the cable, and he smushed it. And then, of course, this got over tight, and he even told me, be careful with the screws because it'll strip stuff easy. So this right here is stripped on a feeder, which means there could be play in there, and that could explain why I'm having a little bit of weird push and a little bit of strange, oh, see, that plastic stripped out now too. I need a better shim. You can't really helicoil stuff this small. I don't know what to do if that's all stripped out like that. I could try to put a bigger fastener in there and thread it, but that's not going to work. This is all pretty precision. I need something firmer than plastic. That's a problem. There's a very low play for tolerance in there. What could I do to shim that? I need like the tiniest sliver of metal. Like a metal shaving. The tiniest bit of metal that's firm. Let's try one more piece of plastic that's a little more rigid. I'm gonna really try jamming a nice thick hunk of plastic. Boy, that doesn't make much sense to do, but we're gonna try it. Boy, I hate doing this. I'd almost rather have a piece of wood. Wood always works. Like a little teeny weeny sliver of wood. If I can get that screw started. I don't think I can now. There's just not a lot of room in there. Come on, bungle your way in. Oh, let's try. This is a cheese ball repair here, but considering it was all stripped out before, what can you do? There you go on in there, thread yourself. It is threading. It feels really good. This may be what we have to do. Yeah, it's starting to cinch down. I mean, what can a brother do, right? Snip off all that extra. Snippy. Snippy. Give me another snippy, yo. I want to rest. I'm sick today and I should not be doing this, but I can't really relax if I know something like this is broken, because while I'm resting, this could be printing something for me. And that would make me feel better. Oh, let's go. I think I'm going to stop right. Yes, right there. Awesome. Nice and secure. Thank goodness. Nothing a little shimming can't fix. There you go. You can kind of see I left a little shim in there, but whatever. Holy baloney. The bearing is still on the shaft.
Well,
these wires are still damaged, though.
Still damaged.
I can see... Yeah, I can see the wire through there. I'd like to get these to stop touching. I don't know what's going on with that. I need a little bit of electrical tape. Any tape.
Any?
Electrical tape would be the best. I've got a little electrical tape here that I pulled off this old repair.
Didn't you do this yesterday?
Nope.
Oh, when did you take it apart?
I've never taken this apart.
Oh, you said you took it apart.
Not this much of it.
Oh. What did you take apart?
The front half.
Oh.
But I didn't even take these gears out. Alright, let's put a little electrical tape around these wires so they stop bumping on that circuit board. That ought to keep it from shorting out on anything. One more little piece. Stop. Can you find my water bottle? I know I brought it down here. Okay, this is going back in. Let's try to slide it down. Oh, that's not ready to go back in actually. Ugh. It has a cover, and this cover has screws.
Come on.
Oh, guys, I have to do this over.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm gonna have to reshim this stupid thing.
So come on.
At least I know it worked.
Come on, puppy. Hi, dude.
Yep, there it is. Worked great. Worked great.
Watch out, my dog.
Well, so if you guys are curious what I'm working on, this is a Creality Ender 3 version 3 3D printer. And I've had some real problems with it. And then I got a really bad clog trying out a cheap version of filament I thought I was going to start using. But I have found out I'm not going to start using it. The company actually wanted to sponsor the channel for a few videos. But now that I know that it does this, I'm not super excited to do that. So I'll probably have to write them back and say, never mind, you guys. Okay, there we go. Let's try to shim it again. I wish somebody hadn't stripped this out. That's frustrating, but whatever. Come on, let's just get it started. If it starts threading, it'll work great. You guys aren't going to be able to see this because my fingers are in the way, but I can't not have them in the way just to get this started. I have to be able to get the, oh, I almost had it. There. That's starting to rest.
My forehead hurts.
Dang it.
Did you hit it on something? No. I don't remember hitting it on anything.
I should be able to force it down into the hole with that shim and it'll straighten out. Yep, it's straightening out.
You probably hit your head.
Hopefully, yep, there it goes. Thank goodness. Not too much drama. Little drama. This whole thing's been drama, actually. Anyway, so this is the drive assembly, and it has a motor mounted to the back that has a gear on a shaft that goes up to the front, and it engages with some other gears that have some little toothed assemblies on them that help to pull the material off the spool down into the heating head. There we go. That is all sandwiched together almost pretty good. I'm not going to strip out my shim. I just need to see that gap close up, if it will. Right about there. Great. And then this other side is not stripped, so it ought to just go together pretty good. Which would be great, because I'd like to stop fixing this. I'm pretty sick today, and I would like to relax. Now, I would assume a lot of you are people that are subscribed to the channel already, because you're not talking in the chat. Yep, this side's stripped too. I knew he stripped them both. What a goober. Looks like we're shimming them both, kids. That's probably why it was covered in Loctite. I don't know why people strip stuff out. I get that it's little and it's kind of hard to feel if it's really grabbing or not, but like, it doesn't have to grab much. When it's this sensitive and it's into like an aluminum or zinc body, there's no need. Oh, so anyway, like I was saying, I'd assume a lot of you are already subscribers and you saw me live streaming this morning and popped in. And that's why you're not commenting, because you're probably watching on a television and there's no real good way for you to comment. But maybe you could like the video. That'd let me know if what I'm saying is right. Let me look up on the screen here. I have 4 likes. If you're watching on a TV or a device where you can't comment right now, like this video. I'd love to know. It kind of helps me know who's watching. Okay, here we go. I'm just putting together another scrap of plastic to jam in there as a shim, because it really doesn't need much. Excuse me. I'm hoping that I can get this to go as good as the last one did, since I'm forced to shim this. I could probably switch it out for another fastener where the threads were slightly bigger and just kind of cut new threads, but I don't think that that's going to work great, so I'd rather just shim it and leave the stock fittings here so that I don't have yet another random bolt size. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. You're smart. That's why I have you here watching as a helper. There we go, starting to thread. Give it a few twists and it ought to straighten up in the hole. There it goes, straightening out, straightening out, straightening out. Okay, boy, what a jammer. Not an ideal repair location. There we go, nice and straight, nice and straight. Okay, I'm about to clip the extra material off of this. Let's stop there. I don't want any of this in the drive motor later. That's pretty close to the drive wheels. But I bet I could also melt this up with a lighter real quick at the end to shrink it up around the fastener, and that's probably what I'll do. Hey, Isaac, can you go find me a lighter?
We have one upstairs in our living room.
Thanks. Okay, it's almost down in. I can see the assembly starting to pull together, but not quite yet, and it just needs to pull down to the motor assembly because it is quite separated. Almost. There, and that's tight enough. I don't need to try to do anything fancy with any... What's up, Elena? How are you? There we go. Tell Isaac I don't need the lighter.
Lighter?
He's trying to get me a lighter right now to melt these things, but I don't need it. There we go. You guys can see just a couple of little shims sticking out there at the screw holes, and that's going to stay that way. Now we can put this assembly back in to the tool head. I hope. Let's try to get a good shot of that. There we go. Okay. Okay, holy moly. What a repair, boys and girls, what a repair. All right, let's go ahead and drop this motor back in place. Back into its little house here. Come on, little pal. There we go, and let's do a test to make sure that we can pass this clearing stick all the way through the drive. Yes, right through. Thank goodness. Holy moly. Well, I'll tell you what, you hate to have to fix stuff like this, but it's nice to know that you can and to be familiar with the assembly. So let's go ahead and put these screws back right where they go. Yep, not quite there. Gotta find the hole on the little guy. It's right there, buddy. Get in there. Find the threads. There he goes. And I'm going to leave it just a little loose until I put the other ones in the other side in. Boy, if we're lucky, we'll be printing in the next half hour. That would be really great. Of course, I still have some worries about other issues I'm having. There we go. Let's put that in with a nice little kiss. You know, I mean, sometimes you just can't fix it all. You run into some electrical issues, but I found those two shorts. I'll tell you what, I knew that. Dang, don't cross thread, Joel. Don't cross thread. Okay, right there. That's it. That's it. That's where they're supposed to be. You know, I mean, I knew I had a short up here, and I thought it was in a communication cable, but now I'm starting to think that it was the post of that screw rubbing on that fan or the drive motor's cable, which could cause inconsistencies in the drive motor too, which explains some of the lines I could not relieve from my prints. There, beautiful. Okay, where to next, huh? Golly. I think I have to put that other circuit board back on. Let's put the back of this together first. Okay.
Daddy,
What?
I want to reward you.
You want to reward me?
Yes.
I'll take it.
With the
Come on.
cheese touch.
Amazing. Thanks for that cheese touch. Okay, let's see if we can remember how this thing went together. I believe there's oxidation on those pins. Oh yeah, look at that. There's one that fried right there. I'm going to at least shoot it out with some air. I don't really have any anti-deox right now. That's a fairly easy piece to get to, though. I believe I should be able to access that later. Boy, oh boy, I'm going to order a new cable if I can find one. Okay, let's see. I'd really like to super glue this, but I don't believe that I can. I think I'm just going to put it back together and I'll print a new one. I have some high temperature filament coming tomorrow. This ought to hold it together well enough for that. So let's just put it back together here. This needs to connect somewhere though. That's very interesting. I'm not sure where this goes. Where's that other circuit board? 1, 2, 3. I'm going to have to look back on the live stream to figure out where this went. Little 4-pinner with goop on it. Let me look back in my live stream here and make sure I can figure out. Come on. Yeah, that. Boo. Yeah. That is the bottom fan. So where's that go? What is this? Oh, it's a 4-pinner. Okay. So that must go all the way over the top. Right? To the front circuit board? No. I'm looking. Oh, okay, I see. What a weird design. It's right there. Why is it so long? Well, I don't like where it was previously placed, so I am actually going to relocate it because I believe that my location will be better than the location we found it in. I'm pretty unhappy with how that was damaged. Okay, so this should be able to clip right up here. Does that seem right? Or is it backwards? Might be backwards. It's backwards. That's fine. And bend this up a little here. Connected. There. I don't know why you didn't put it back there. That seems like such a better place for it. Yeah, now it's not going to get chewed up into screws. It makes a lot more sense to me. Okay, let's do this little guy. All these things are really shattered. It's more of just friction holding them in. Yeah, shattered. We'll leave that other one alone. I'm going to take these little guys out and set them appropriately where they go. Oh, I should see how many of you liked it here. I asked you to like it if you were watching on a TV. 5. Nobody. Okay, well, I don't know then. I still have the main circuit board I need to reassemble, but first this one needs to go in, so I believe yes. Well, we got some interesting issues to solve here. Interesting. I gotta go back and look at the live stream again. I'm not sure where that goes either, although I have a hunch. Let's see. I think this is wrong up here. I don't think that actually goes there. Are they identical little harnesses? Oh yeah. That could have been bad. I wonder where this goes. We got to really go back and look at the live stream to find out. Glad I have it. Glad I filmed it. Always glad I film it. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So where was that plugged in? Is there another... Where's the fan plug in? Okay, got it. Boy, that was a close one. That would have been really bad. I still don't totally understand why he wired it that way. I mean, I guess I can see... Seems dumb. That doesn't seem like the way to do it. We're still going to attempt to tuck these wires down in here very carefully. And then I believe, I don't want to damage the pins on this, but I think if I go like this, yeah, that looks good. Why wouldn't we just do that? There's so much room for the cable over here. Okay, and then that's the wrong shroud. This shroud. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to plug the fan back in. I'm going to make sure this cable is out of the way of the connectors, which is pretty important so we don't do what was done last time. I believe I can get away with it being here. Yes, indeed. And we're going to slide this down this little butt thing that just clicking there. Yep. All right. I'm going to start by putting in this fastener. Very tenderly. What?
Nothing.
You're over here making grumpy noises. You must want my attention. What?
Presley won't
Oh, I don't need you to tattle
do
right now.
anything with me.
Okay.
All she's doing is being on her phone.
That's lame. Well, that's sadly as good as it gets until I print a new one. This is a Creality Ender 3v3, standard size.
Wow.
I've really enjoyed it. But I bought it used and refurbished, and it looks like during the refurb somebody crushed some electrical wires inside of the back shroud here, and I've been having a short. I also see a pin that's oxidized, but I can't fix that now. I'll have to fix it later. But we had a big clog in the nozzle, which when I cleaned it out then turned into a clog in the drive motor. And it's just been a lot of drama. As you can see, I tried to use a new filament brand yesterday, and I really liked it because it's super matte finish, but as you see, it started getting partial clogs. You can tell by the lines in the print. And then it just got worse and worse and worse, and finally got a complete clog and stopped printing and started gumming everything up. So I am trying to put it back together, but these are the clogs I found in the drive wheel assembly. There's a couple of those. So it's been a real mess. Not fun. I've never had to take this machine apart. But you know me, I'm good at taking stuff apart and fixing things and making on-the-fly diagnoses. That's how I've made a living. So, although I've been unable to do a lot of content lately because I've obviously become disabled and I have this horrible pain disability, and I really can't do much ever. The nice thing about a 3D printer is that I can just design little files at my leisure and then it builds them for me, so that's really fun. Okay, I have to put this front circuit board back on now. This is the part that controls the heat nozzle, the front fan, and the lower cooling fan, as well as takes input from this main communication cable. Here we go. Oh boy. You know, it is rewarding, but I mean, like, I'm pushing through the pain right now. I'm barely tolerating sitting in this chair. I was gonna come down and rest on the couch, but the hard thing about having a disability is when you used to be able to do things and you used to work 16-hour days and loved it and you built things for a living, and then suddenly you can't. It's really frustrating to have things around you breaking and falling apart and not be able to fix them. So sometimes you push through the pain even though it's going to really make me pay for it for a few days. At least if you push through it, you get a sense of accomplishment and the pain was worth it instead of it just being pain for pain's sake. So I'm pushing through it right now, but I feel bad. I'd say my pain is a total 8 out of 10 right now. And it's getting worse. There. Okay, let's see. So this main communication cable is going to be here. Ooh, that's a tender little bug. This is the 3-pinner right here. This goes here. This goes... I always think this one's going on backwards. Yeah, I'm going to look back in the live stream real quick and make sure I'm putting that in the right direction. I always feel like I'm going to put that one in backwards. Is that the front or the back? The front is still the back. I'll tell you what, guys, number one tip, take the time to get yourself a little tripod and film things when you take them apart, because it sure does help when you're just not quite certain, to show you where the stuff goes. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're still not there. The front came off pretty fast. I've done that a few times, so. Come on. Oh boy, maybe I didn't show it. What are you dropping?
This.
Oh boy. I bet I didn't show taking that apart. Nope. But if I had to guess, there is a little clippy here. I don't think that's the direction we had it in before, but I'm going to trust that little clippy. Yeah, that couldn't be wrong. Okay, the only thing I'm concerned about is if that's going to be able to close. Let's try it on. I think there's plenty of clearance in there specifically designed for that. This little fan cable is going to go in just like so. This is the front cooling fan shroud. This is actually the first part I want to print if I can get the printer running good again. There we go. And then this should go straight in, lift up, and fit on that pin. And it does. It actually fits better than it did last time. This part is absolutely thrashed. Just obliterated. And I really need a new one. That's what it died printing last night. So that's kind of a stinker. Get one in there, and by golly, I can turn this thing on and try to print a benchy or something. Oh, rushing it. We're missing a very important part here. Let's pull that back out. Easy, friend. Missing a real important part here. And that would be the actual print nozzle that we pulled out to clean. This print nozzle is a real dog. And I sure hope I got that clog out. I think we're going to run 3 or 4 extrude cycles just to make sure we're pushing good, clean, fresh juice through there. Alright. Tiny wrench and the adjustable wrench. Don't want to damage those soldered heater cables. Give it a nice snug little snuggy snug. That nozzle's on. By golly, I'm going to feel good if this thing prints, because it's been bad for a day or two. One click, no other click because it's shattered. We're just going to try to get this screw to kind of pinch the plastic on for the time being, because if I can print a new one, well, the screws will work again. You think you'll be able to grab some box liquor? Just talk to me anytime soon. Actually, my dear, I think I am. Go tell your mom if she gives me 10 minutes, I'll be up to help her, but she has to be ready to make it quick.
Okay.
You kids can help her too.
She says that it's too heavy for her, and it's going to be too heavy for us, and she needs your help.
There we go. That is a fully assembled printer. Let's turn it on. I feel good about that, you guys. It feels good to fix something when you're as worthless as I am these days. Power plug in. Let's try to shoot some canned air around here and clean out all the little drive wheels while we're in here servicing it. Okay, boy, this is the worst cans of canned air I ever bought. Truly. Let's fire it up. Let's see if we can get her running here. That'd be pretty sick. Look at all the clog. This is here. I'll show you all the clog we pulled out today. This is all junk that was sitting up in the tip of that printer and in the drive wheels.
That is gross.
I know. So on top of it having an electrical short, which is causing inconsistent feeding, let's go. It's turning on. It should say it has good communication with the print head after all of that reseating of the electrical. Nope, look, see, it's shorting out. Right there. It's that stinking pin. See, it's got that short in it.
If it's not shining all the way, that means it's not good.
I don't know. I may have to reorder that rear circuit board. It's been a problem, and I was told that's not a problem, but obviously when you see something physically shorting out like that, it is obviously a problem. I think somebody knew it was a problem and tried to downplay that it wasn't. Or else there wouldn't have been this huge hunk of electrical tape trying to hold it in place. So I'm going to have to find that part. Now this printer is still starting up, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But I think that with it shorting out like it just was, it's probably like, what's going on? Let's try turning it off. Let's turn it back on again and see if that head, yep, it's a good connection now. Well, we better order that part.
Yeah.
I don't know what it'd be called though. Amazon. Creality.
A hemi-majig.
A hemi-majig. Ender 3v3. Circuit tool. I think I just need to call it a board.
Boardy.
Good luck. There's so many stupid printers that come up under this profile. SE. There, printer fired right up. I'm going to search for that later. Let's put some filament into this thing. Unlock it.
Unlocky.
Go on. There it goes. Oh, that's how it's supposed to work. Let's get that all the way down to the tip there. Yep, awesome. Let's stick that tube in and lock the gears. And why don't we try printing what we were trying to print last night.
Which is a Jirachi.
No.
No? Not a Jirachi. Test boat?
No. I'm trying to print this tool head cover.
Then do that. You found a lot of tool things.
Yeah. What can I print that's super fast to print?
That one's 3 hours.
Even Benchy wouldn't print last night. Let's just print a Benchy here, guys.
What's a benchy?
Benchy's the little boat that prints super fast.
Why do you call it a benchy?
That's what he's called, Benchy the boat.
Weird.
Okay, guys, we're gonna run a Benchy print here for 15 minutes. Oh, good.
Oh no. That's so good.
That's a new sound I've never heard.
I think it's bad. Is this thing gonna blow up? Bam!
What in the world? Well, that's new.
Energy launcher. I think this thing's about to blow up. That's
No, it's like a fan clipping something in there.
weird.
Why?
It's choking something.
Stop. It may just be as simple as a piece of debris got sucked into the printer or something. It's one of the cooling fans.
Weird. What is going on?
Why? We have done nothing to it.
This is gonna turn into a bomb.
What on earth?
What printer is this?
You guys. Why? We didn't even touch that part of it.
What? What did we do?
Nothing. We did nothing.
Well, we did something. If it's making that sound. It's just like dancing. It's like mistletoe and balls.
What on earth?
It's probably like the human. Well, now it's not making that sound. That's weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Sounds like a bomb. Sounds like you're setting a bomb.
Why on earth is that a thing now? I'm wondering if some debris made it down into there. It could also just be that some dust finally found its way in. It looks pretty gross. I wonder if I can very carefully lay this against the wall. I should probably turn it off. But I kind of want it to be able to run a little. This is such a bad idea. fan makes no noise spinning with the air. I don't understand. I don't know why it would do that. There's no reason for that. Let me see if I can get this to... do something useful. That's very strange. Something with this motor is going on. Let's try a print again for whatever reason that happened. Ah, it must have just been some... Yeah, it sounds fine now. Weird. Who knows what happened there? Maybe I have a wire hitting that rear fan. Maybe when I put together that... Yeah. I don't think so. Huh. Just a fluke, I guess. Who knows? Very strange. Very strange. Well, probably won't happen again. Let's put the filament feeder back on. Let's just let it sit and work for 15 minutes. Yeah, there it goes. Everything's fine now. Okay. Whatever. We will see. Let's give it 15 minutes to test this print, and let's see if the repair took. I think we did it though, by golly. I think I figured it out. That was a lot of work. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this test print to go. That's a pretty terrible print. Something's still going wrong. We got a real problem here. Yep, really bad. That's a problem. Let's knock it off, printer. Stop, stop, stop. Holy crap. Pretty bad. And after all of that, this is what Benchy looks like now, period. I guess there's something I can't clean out in that nozzle, period. I can't think of any other reason for this now, period. Even using good filament. Well, boys and girls, it looks like we're not done trying to fix this yet. What a surprise. That's atrocious. Wow, that's bad. Look at that poor little boat. I guess that, I don't know what else it could be. There must be a clog we never got out of the nozzle, but I feel like we really cleaned it to the best of our ability. I think we're going to run 1 or 2 more extrude cycles on it, but I don't think it's going to do anything. At this point, I think I need to just replace the hot head. I have new nozzles coming from Amazon, but I think that's going to be here too late. Let me look. Orders. Arriving Monday. Well, we're going to try extruding this out. Let's get the lock on. Lock is on. Let's just try to get it to poop out a bunch of goop. We'll try printing another Benchy. Yeah, look at that. Do muffins. Definitely clogged. I mean, it's shooting out pretty clean. It looks clean. I may have to try to print another benchy. I can't think of anything else unless the hothead has some minor damage to it, which I highly doubt. It's probably just this nozzle blowing chunks. Where'd that benchy go? Where did it start chunking out, though? There, it's making that noise again. Yep, it's really fighting. I just wanted to keep blowing material through there. Yeah, what's going on? It's just clicking away like it can't grab the material. This is the first time I've truly taken that much of it apart, period. The only other thing I've really serviced is the hot head, period.
Daddy, can I
What caused a real problem was running that cheap filament, period. I have an extra nozzle in an extra hot head I'm going to try to put in it next, period. Everything extruding good, but I finally realized where one of these sounds I thought was clipping happened, period. Check this out. So a lot of times I thought I was hearing the nozzle collide with the print a little bit, doing the infill or hitting an outer wall, which I think it was or is. But this is something else I've been hearing, and I just realized that it's actually the drive wheels like slipping or something. Which could mean there's a small clog in there that it's fighting against, but I mean, it seems to be extruding pretty darn clean. But this, it's not making a noise anymore. But I'm sure it will. And you can see this little lever kind of pop around like it wants to unlock. It didn't do it this time. Maybe there was something that was trying to force through and it finally got it. There you go. See? Weird. It's clicking up in here like it's trying to grab the filament and then it just clicks past it. Hang on. That. I haven't touched anything with tension, period. That's way too far out of my wheelhouse right now. I would agree it's probably the extruder is clogged, period. Even though I can't visually see a clog and scrape the inside of that nozzle out, I know this problem started with a clog, period. I'm going to throw a new nozzle on it that I'm going to steal out of something else, period. I bet that irons it out, period. Everything else looks pristine, period. Totally clean, period. Fixed those 2 frayed wires that I found, period. I totally found an oxidized pin in the cable connection, period. I need to get some deoxidizing gel, and I will put that on there later, and that should take care of whatever this weird short I've been experiencing is, period. Guaranteed that took place during the power surge, period. Now I have it hooked up to a super monster power surge protector and a small battery backup, so it should never get hit hard like that again.
Daddy.
What?
Can I have that phone?
Sure, bro.
Mom really wants you to come up. You said 10 minutes.
Well, it's so funny. Alright, I'm going to turn this thing off and let it cool down again. Actually, I gotta let it sit 5 minutes, guys. I'll be right back.
What?
I have a lot of experience taking apart very small precision parts and closures and electronics. So, This isn't going great. I'm gonna have to put a new nozzle on it. Well,
I'm pretty sure I saw it there too, but I don't know where it is.
why don't we take this to your mom?
Okay.
Grab the blue part. I gotta finish fixing this stupid thing.
Yeah.
It's right here, Abby.
Oh, okay. Then we don't have to bring it to her.
Yeah, but let's do this because the stink bugs will go in the bag.
Heavy.
Okay, guys, you know what? We're just gonna do this because I'm not gonna try to fudge around with some stupid stuff here. Please send as a private transaction, period. Obviously, I'm not charging any tax, so I don't want to be charged any tax, period. Ha ha. Okay, here we go. Here we go with this again. Kind of over it. Let's see. Oh, brother. What a bunch of baloney, huh? This cover is like such a turd. Come on, bruh.
Mom needs you.
Why wouldn't she?
Did you hear?
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought she was vacuuming.
Oh, I don't know what she needs it for. She just said you need it. Yeah, she needs it.
Well, I gotta go to the bathroom first. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Okay, it's cooled down. Oh boy. Let's get back to it. Ugh, what a pain in the butt. Let's see. I think these will be the same size. No. Are these little ones? Yeah. Oh, brother. You know, sometimes it be like that, don't it? Just fixin' and fixin' and fixin' and fixin'. Well, where are you there? I have new nozzles coming. The hothead on this is just fine. I'm pretty sure this is just a little heat induction coil. But whatever, dude. Don't care. I'll put a new nozzle in it later and I'll chuck this thing. I do not care about cleaning that up ever again. I am so over it with this thing. Come on, baby. Yeah, you're all hemmed up in there again, aren't you? Oh, I wonder why. Big duh. Huge duh. Okay. I'm glad I have an extra one of these on hand. Ooh, look at all the extra parts I don't need that came in here. What is all this? What is this? Some sort of grease? Thermal grease. Totally, bro. Tell me where that goes. Yeah. Well, I mean, sure, we'll put some thermal grease on it. Why not? We'll do all the things. Come on, buddy. How they packaged this, I'll never know. Cute. I get it. Not going through all that, though. Let's take that heat sleeve off of there. She's a beauty. Those new screws are abnormally small, but whatevs. Another fresh nozzle. Let's compare. Oh yeah, this thing's roasted. Okay, well, no problemo. Let's put a little of this thermal grease on it. Why not? I don't think I have a glove around here. I'll just have to use a little plastic bag or something. Let's see. Even a Kleenex would work. There we go. There's a little piece of Kleenex in the trash can. Let's shoot some of this grease on there. There it is. Just rub a little doo-doo on there. And keep it from gumming up in that old thermal sinky McGoo up in there. There we go. It's a little bit of goop. It likes the goop. Let's get this filament out of here. That's just kind of causing some complication we don't need right at this very moment. And up into the tube we go. Perhaps. Quite a tight fit. Quite tight. There it goes. Get in there, you booger. One. Two. There we go. Threading in nicely. No strip. Where's that little teeny weeny Allen key? I believe it is this itsy bitsy little one. Oh yeah. Oh good, it's stripped out. That's lovely. Well, it ought to have just enough juice in it to come out, right? Okay. So we're going to put this guy up here again. Uh-huh. And run it back over. Come on. I want you to be safe, little buddy. That seems all right. Maybe right there's fine. And this little fella here. Oy vey. That is reverse threaded. I don't know why that would be loose at all. But it ain't now. Throw the coolie nozzle on there, which I don't actually think I did when I reassembled the last one. Not that it changed what was going on with it. Let's stick this little guy back in again. And we'll just stick that cable over here to the side as well to keep it out of the way of the heat of that other fan. We should be able to push this all straight in and click. Theoretically click. Optimally click. Any click. There's the click. And back to the larger screwdriver. And of course, you know what we're going to do. We're going to try to print Benchy again because he has not gone well. Finally, the filament. the Teflon tube. Locked in place. Power on. Put that thermal grease back into this little baggie. And this heating element into this box. Even though it's got the clog in it, I think that'll fit in there like that now. And I'll just keep this aside because the hothead's still good. It just needs a new nozzle, which I have a few coming, so this is a good part still. And that goes back in the parts bin. There's not much left to take apart on this old girl. Let's try to print a test benchy. Print, benchy, print. Alright, we're hoping for good things here, boys and girls. Hoping for good things. I'm going to clean up this workbench a little bit. Oh my gosh, what a mess. What a mess of weird junk over here. Alright, there we go. We got all the Allen keys back in their little Ziploc bag. Back to the tool bin. And all of this extra junk. This can go in there. This can go in there. Are we printing doo-doo yet? Ugh. I think it's still trying to run some material out. I probably should have run extrude first, but oh well. Okay. About back to where we started before I took this whole thing apart. Where'd that trash little benchy go? Let's see what the old power tower has to say. No! Every stinking time. That was not cool. Let's go straight to extrude. Hurry up. No, don't retract. No, dang it. Oh boy, you guys. New nozzle and new hothead, and the drive wheel lock is still clicking. Period. I'm wondering if during the couple of hours I wasn't home when it was printing and got that clog, if it didn't end up damaging something with that assembly. Period. I'm sure it's cheap to order and it's easy to replace. Period. Since it was trying to force material, but obviously couldn't for a long, long time, period. It would make sense, period. Everything about the drive assembly looked great, other than needing to just use compressed air to clean out the teeth on the metal drive wheels, period. But I have no idea about the locking mechanism, period. Okay, once again, let's try to run a test benchy. Meanwhile, I'm going to hunt for some parts for this thing. Come on, spit some material out here, you goober. Spit some stuff out, man. There we go. Dang, this printer's fast. I wish I could program it to print other stuff that fast. Okay, apparently I cannot order this circuit board. Let's try something else. What?
I know what I want for Christmas besides Party Cooper.
What?
Army related stuff.
Printing like junk, but this little lock thing keeps popping off like crazy. And I am convinced now that that's actually been the snapping noise I hear and not actually it making contact. Well, it's been making contact with the model, but I was able to fix some settings with the slicer and I haven't seen that problem anymore. But there was another clicking. I was wondering, and it's been happening for a while, and I think it's this, and I think that it just finally got fried trying to push against that clog. I think it just trashed that little feeder. So that's fine. The motor's good. And I'll just order that assembly. It's on sale on eBay right now, or on Amazon for 23 bucks. So that's fine. I had a feeling it might be an issue with it not pushing the filament through evenly, because it was like it almost wasn't feeding it sometimes. And I'd get a line, and it made no sense. And I kept trying to fix it in a slicer, and it never did. Like, see, it works great. But when it gets to where it needs to push a bunch of filament again, sometimes it'll just click and struggle. There's no friction in the tube. I mean, there's nothing holding back the spool. So it's just got something wrong with the lock on it. And you can feel it too. When you try to lock it, it doesn't like really engage well. It still feels like it wants to pop off. So it probably just damaged itself pushing on that clog last night when I wasn't home for a few hours. And that's cool. This is a new print head, or new nozzle, new head. See, look. It's not even pushing material out. I thought this was a clog. It's not even pushing material. I wonder if I can touch it while it's running. Yep. That's totally it. That is not a clog. Crazy. Wow, I probably didn't need to take any of that apart now, huh? What a nightmare. Can't fix that. You can see it right here. Now you can tell because you can feel it. Obviously it unlocks there, but if I go here, you can hear it. Listen, that's that click I've been hearing. Unbelievable. That's been it the whole stinking time. The whole time I've thought it's the nozzle or the slicer. It's this. Just not feeding material right. This little thing, when it starts pushing on the wheel, sometimes it just slips and goes. And it'll slip back sometimes too, so. Very interesting. And you can tell it's not doing anything when it goes here. It just, see, now it won't even click. It doesn't even want to lock. Something weird's going on in there. Now we know. Unless it's supposed to bounce like that as a safety thing when it's locked, but I can't imagine that's the truth. Couple of bad little boats there. I'm glad I didn't even attempt to mess with belt tension or anything like that, period. I think everything was fine, period. I've got this part on the way as well, and it will be here Monday, period. As well as some deoxidizer and cleaner for that oxidized pin on the back control board, period. I should have that fixed by Monday night, and I bet you everything runs smooth as butter, period. Sorry to blow you up with all these texts, period. It's not super important that you respond, period. You're just the only other person that would have half a clue what I'm talking about, period. And the only person that knows the history of this machine. Honestly, I bet I broke it the first week I had the machine because I didn't know about the extrude and retract option yet. So I was manually loading the filament and unloading it through the drive wheel. Period. I probably pushed on it too hard or something stupid like that, not knowing what I was doing, period. And that's probably been the problem I've had this entire time, period. Okay, guys, well, it was not a successful fix because I need to order a part. The drive wheels in the feeder, there's a locking mechanism to pinch them together and grab onto material, and it is not maintaining its lock. It is unlocking itself for short intervals while the print is occurring, and because of that, it stops feeding the material while it prints. So that's interesting. It was probably damaged during the big clog last night. And whatever, you know. I've got a new one on the way. It'll be here from Amazon. Now I'm just running a startup test on it. It's checking its jerk settings and vibration levels and all that stuff. So no big deal. Just can't print for a few days. Gonna have to wait for those parts to show up. So you guys have already seen how to fix it because we took it apart and put it back in. We're just gonna have to do it again with a new one. So I'm gonna turn the stream off now. I'll see you guys later.